Hey friends! Welcome back to my channel. Excuse me. Welcome back to the Jelly Bean Show. I'm your co-host, Alita. And your host, Jelly Bean, is just gonna sit here, I guess. So, I'm very excited. We're gonna be doing another tag video. I've actually been getting tagged in them. Woo-woo. So, just like the last one I did, which I'll link up here, I was tagged by Joe from Fight and Read Like a Girl, and this is the 20 questions tag. So if I look over here, it's because I'm looking at my computer screen. Usually I type the questions and print them out. But of course, because I'm filming, my printer is not working right now, so we're gonna go with it. And I guess it has now become the Alita in the Book Show because Jelly Bean ran away. Anyways, let's get in to this tag. So it's, you know, more of a chill, chatty video, which I like doing sometimes. So, 20 questions. Number 1. How many books are too many in a book series? This might surprise some of you. No, it won't. Okay, I am not a series reader. With that being said, 2021 was, some of my goals were to get myself out of my comfort zone of read different genres that I don't like. Fantasy, sci-fi, classics, and nonfiction. Although I tend to like the nonfiction that I pick up, but I usually don't pick it up, or not very often. So, along with that comfort zone thing, I am a standalone lover. I like to just read one book and we're done. We don't have to go back into that world unless we want to reread it and experience the magic all over. So this year, I have challenged myself to read more series. And I have actually found some really good books. Although I still love my little bubble with my standalones, one and done, moving on. I think 4 books is probably enough for an entire series. But then I'm looking at this book that's staring me down right behind you. Like to the side, it's sort of like right over there. I see it. I think there are 11 books in that series, and that is precisely why I haven't started that series. But I think after 4 books, you probably are starting to recycle old things, and it's all gonna be kind of generic and plain. Just my opinion, I'm sorry, don't hate me. How do you feel about cliffhangers? I love to hate them, but I also really do enjoy them. Okay, there are a couple of like horror novels that have ambiguous, it's not ambiguous, that have like unsatisfying endings, or like you don't get the closure that you wanted in a book, and I hate that. But at the same time, I live for that. So I don't know how I feel about cliffhangers. I think that I love to hate them, but I honestly really love them. I'm sorry, I have no idea what I'm saying anymore. I hope you could keep up with me. You got this. Alright, number 3, hardback or paperback? Paperback all the way. 4, favorite book? I don't think anyone's going to be surprised. It's Where the Red Fern Grows by Wilson Rose. That is my favorite all-time book. 5, least favorite book. See, that's hard because usually if I'm not liking a book, I DNF it. I got this. I know my least favorite book as of this moment. You know, it might change. But last month, the month before, March, I think it was March. I'll link it up here. I did this 48-hour Clue readathon type thing, and it was craziness and madness, and I do not recommend it. Maybe do a whole month where you play the game Clue and read all those books. But it was a lot of fun. So I mean, seriously, I'll link it up here. But during that 48-hour readathon, I first DNF'd this book, but my husband kind of said it wasn't fair, and, you know, he made a valid point, but I really wasn't enjoying that book. So, I picked it up, and I finished it, and I hated it even more than when I started. And that is 99 Days by Katie Cotugno. I'll put a picture up. This girl just did not ever learn her lesson. And I don't like cheating or lying or anything like that. But I understand in books sometimes that is just a way for the character to grow and, you know, learn from their mistakes and everything like that. This chick did not learn a single thing, and I'm still angry. She just kept making the same mistakes over and over and over, and then she wondered why everyone hated her, and then she did it again and again, and I'm not gonna go there. But as of right this second, that is my least favorite book. It was terrible. Don't read it. Okay, speaking of my least favorite book, number 6 is love triangles. Yes or no? No. I don't like love triangles. It's the same way I feel about cheating. Like books that have cheating in them. If you learn from it, or if there's a reason for the love triangle that actually makes sense, it's not just used as a plot twist or a plot point that makes absolutely no sense. If you know who the two are gonna be, then no, I don't like love triangles. I'm gonna say like 95% of love triangles suck. 7, the most recent book you couldn't finish. What was that? I'm actually gonna have to look this up on Goodreads because I don't know what it was. Oh, you know what? It was in my wrap-up, I think. I think there were 2. Oh, I do remember. I do remember. Obviously, this is not scripted because, you know, I wouldn't have had that brain moment. Both my mom and I DNF'd this book last month, and that was One Day by David Nichols. It was just so boring. I know. I'm sorry. I got like 100 pages in, and I just... And my mom didn't like it either, so since it was a buddy read, and she wasn't liking it, I wasn't liking it, we just DNF'd it together. Okay. A book you're currently reading. Generation Dead by Daniel Waters. The last book you recommended to someone. Oh! You know what? It is our group book, and I picked it, but after I read Then She Was Gone by Lisa Jewell, I immediately texted Michael and Amanda and told them that they need to get on reading this. Have you read it yet? It was so good! Like, ooh, just mind blown. It was great. Okay, the oldest book you've read by publication date. So, the oldest book by publication date has to be a Shakespeare book. In high school, we were forced to read A Midsummer's Night Dream and Romeo and Juliet. And there was a time, not that long ago, that I thought William Shakespeare was one of the best. That I thought I would love everything by him, but that is no longer the case. I just don't like classics very much. So yeah, let's just move on. Newest book you've read by publication date. I'm going with What Beauty There Is. I haven't finished it all the way yet, but maybe by the time you see this it'll be done. Favorite author? Ooh, this is a good one. Like I said, I used to think that Shakespeare was one of my favorite authors, but I don't think so anymore. I think that I'm still exploring authors to find a favorite, but at this very moment, Christina Lauren is a favorite of mine. Casey West is a favorite of mine, even though I either love her books or I hate them. Riley Sager is a favorite of mine. He's like probably my favorite horror thriller author. And Natalie D. Richards and Karen M. McManus. I think those are my favorites at the moment. I'm still very much so exploring my reading and trying to find where my taste fit in, and I find that I have a very broad taste. I feel like thrillers are my favorite. They're always going to be my favorite based on what TV shows I like and what books I like. It's always gonna be the thriller, but sometimes you want like a lighthearted romance or a hard-hitting punch in the face. I mean, I don't know why you'd want someone to punch you in the face, but you know, you do you. Buying or borrowing books? Buying books? I have a problem, y'all. Ooh, a book you dislike that everyone else seemed to love. That's a good question because that happens a lot. Where I don't like specific books, but they seem to be very, very hyped and everyone loves them. So I try to stay away from the books that are really hyped, but then I miss out on a lot of good books. So, this is an author that everyone seems to love, and she's a thriller author, so you would think, hey, thriller girl, thriller author, it's gonna be great. I've tried to read 2 books by this author. 3 books. 3 books? 2 books. Oh, 3 books, yeah. My memory. Okay, 3 books by this author, and I DNF'd all 3 of them. So, any Ruth Ware book. Yeah. Everyone loves Ruth Ware, especially, you know, like, she's got really good thrillers, or so I'm told, but, I I think I did not get past the 70-page mark in any of the 3 that I read or tried to read. And then another really, really hyped and loved book that I didn't hate it, but I was going in with the thoughts that it would be 5 stars. And it ended up being 2 stars, so I really didn't like it. I really didn't like it that much. It was just like, ugh. Ready Player One. I know, don't come at me. I don't know. I think I loved the 80s pop culture references because I was not here in the 80s, like on Earth, you know. I wasn't, I wasn't born until the 90s. I'm a 90s kid. I'm not a kid. I'm a 90s woman. Whatever, we're off topic. So I really like the 80s culture and pop culture references. However, I found the book to be very boring. Bookmarks or dog ears. Bookmarks for sure. The next one is a book you can always reread. Okay, so for this one, I am picking the Fifth Wave series by Rick Yancey. But Alita, you said you don't like series. Yeah, but the Fifth Wave series is the exception to this rule. Can you read while hearing music? Yes, I prefer to listen to either BookTube or country music in the background while I'm reading. One point of view or multiple point of views. I like thrillers a lot, and a lot of thrillers have multiple point of views, which I like if it's done right. I love multiple point of views in thrillers because you get part of the story from this character and part of the story from this character, and then, you know, however many characters there are. However, there are times when, like, there are, like, 8 or more characters and it gets so sloppy and, like, there are way too many things going on in one book that I can't keep up. When there's that many characters and that many perspectives, I don't love it. But I think it all depends on the book, because I've seen multiple points of view done really, really well, like these twisted things that, oh my god, just like are amazing, but then I've seen them done so poorly. And then I've seen like one point of view done so great, like, oh, I can't even imagine having another perspective. But I've also seen it where it's like, it would be really good if you could get the other side of the story. So it depends on the book, the author, the everything. Do you read a book in one sitting or over multiple days? I go in thinking every book is going to be a multiple day read, unless it's like a graphic novel or, you know, like a little middle grade book. You know, those I can be like, oh yeah, that I can finish in one sitting. But generally my books are between 250 and 400 pages. That's like my sweet spot. And generally speaking, I'm like, oh yeah, it'll take me a few days to read it, maybe a week or 2, depending on if I'm reading it by myself, just for me, it'll probably take anywhere from 3 days to a week. But if I'm buddy reading it or something, then I can take up to a couple weeks, because some buddy reads are like, oh yeah, let's only read 50 pages a day, which is good, and other people are just like, oh, just read it at your own pace. If you finish it, cool. If not, don't worry about it. But I always think, oh yeah, this is going to be multiple days. that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I will sit down and this book that is 400 pages long is like, okay, yeah, this will take me close to a week. And I finish it in one sitting because it engulfs my soul so much. When that happens, then, you know, I just kind of let it happen now. I used to, like, try and stop myself from reading, but if it's that good and it's grabbing my attention like that, then why the heck not? So it could be either, but I always go into my books with the intent of it lasting a few days to a week. And who do you tag? Okay, this is a pretty old book tag, so if you are watching my channel and you have not done this book tag and you want to, then you are it, my friend. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and doing this book tag. I had so much fun. Thank you, Joe, for tagging me. It was a lot of fun. Don't forget to hit that big thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel, and leave a heart in the comments below because we love to feel the love here on this channel.